everyone. Today I will be performing a Think Aloud using an excerpt from Ray Bradbury's A Sound of Thunder so you can have a better understanding of how vocabulary can impact the meaning and tone of a text, which follows the Craft and Function Standard number 4 for English Language Arts. Before we get started, it is important for you to have background information on the text. Bradbury is a science fiction writer, and in this story he writes about time travel. Eccles, a hunter and the main character, travels back in time to the Mesozoic era, the time when dinosaurs lived, to hunt a T-Rex. This excerpt gives the audience its first look at the T-Rex. As I read, I'll annotate the text and show you my thinking and how you can utilize similar techniques when you read. So let's get started. An excerpt from A Sound of Thunder by Ray Bradbury. It came on great, oiled, resilient, striding legs. It towered 30 feet above half of the trees, a great evil god, folding its delicate watchmaker's claws close to its oily reptilian chest. So already I see vocabulary that sticks out to me. So he is on striding legs, they're resilient, so he can basically go through anything. He towers over 30 feet above half the trees, so he's very tall. He compares it to a great evil god, so already we know that this T-Rex is powerful. But something that sticks out particularly is these watchmaker's claws. So to me, a watchmaker is very intricate because a watchmaker has to utilize many tools to even make a single watch. So to me, a T-Rex has, even though it may have small arms and small hands, it still has claws, and that are sharp, and you would think they would tear into anything, but Bradbury compares it to a watchmaker. So this makes me question, why does Bradbury compare the T-Rex to a watchmaker? Okay. Each lower leg was a piston, 1,000 pounds of white bone sunk in thick ropes of muscle, sheathed over in a gleam of pebbled skin like the mail of a terrible warrior. So, again, a piston sticks out to me. So, you would think this T-Rex is part of nature. So, now Bradbury is comparing it to machinery. So, I'll just say prior knowledge. A piston, machinery that moves under. So now he's comparing it to machinery. So not only is he powerful and a part of nature, but he's a watchmaker and he's like machinery. And also he says sheathed and like the mail of a terrible warrior. So mail is like chainmail, which is a type of armor that warriors used to wear. Well, they still might wear them, but in medieval times they would wear chainmail to protect themselves. So each thigh was a ton of meat, ivory, and steel mesh. So again, we're comparing this T-Rex to a warrior. So steel mesh is another type of armor. And from the great breathing cage of the upper body, those two delicate arms dangled out front. So now the arms are delicate, which is interesting. Arms with hands which might pick up and examine men like toys while the snake neck coiled. So he's saying that the arms are delicate, but at the same time, they can pick up men and examine them like toys. So already we have another comparison that kind of contradicts with what he's saying before. And the head itself, a ton of sculptured stone, lifted easily upon the sky. Its mouth gaped, exposing a fence of teeth like daggers. Again, we have daggers, which reminds me of just medieval weaponry. Daggers reminds me of medieval weaponry, like the chainmail. and stillness. Its eyes rolled, ostrich eggs, empty of all expression save hunger. It closed its mouth in a death grin. It ran, its pelvic bones crushing aside trees and bushes, its taloned feet clawing damp earth, leaving prints 6 inches deep wherever it settled its weight. It ran with a gliding ballet step, far too poised and balanced for its 10 tons. So again, this strikes me as, I guess, odd, because he is saying that up here it crushes aside trees and bushes, but at the same time it runs with a gliding ballet step. So this also makes me question, why does Bradbury compare the T-Rex to a ballet? And then for our last sentence, it moved into a sunlit area warily, its beautifully reptilian hands filling the air. So again, we're comparing this strong warrior of a T-Rex to a beautiful ballet dancer who is intricate in its ways as a watchmaker. So it makes you question again, why does Bradbury describe T-Rex as beautiful? So the only conclusion that I can come to is that Bradbury is trying to juxtapose this T-Rex. And so juxtaposition is when you place two things together that are basically opposite, or they don't seem like they go together. So we compare this T-Rex not only to like machinery and a warrior, but at the same time it's beautiful and graceful in the way it moves and intricate in its claws, even though it can pick up and examine men like toys. So to me, this seems like Bradbury is trying to really emphasize the different ways that the T-Rex can be viewed. So maybe the like Eccles and the men who have come to hunt this T-Rex view the T-Rex as a warrior who is extremely powerful, and there's no way that they will be able to kill this T-Rex. And at the same time, it is part of nature, so it's made the way it's supposed to be. Unlike machinery, well, machinery is made the way it's supposed to be, but unlike man-made, it's part of nature, and it has a gliding ballet step, and it's beautiful. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening.